Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. And those meeting me for the very first time, my name is Generica Balloon and this channel is Best of Two Worlds. I see you guys, I read your comments, I read your messages. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch my video. For the OGs, I love you guys. I don't take you guys for granted. And let's get into today's video. So today I intend to clean my fridge. I haven't cleaned my fridge in a while, so that's what I'm going to do. But not only that, I feel the need to tell you guys I've lived in this country. For those who follow me for a long time, I've lived in this country for over 20 years, and there are those things I have come to learn, there are those things that I have come to appreciate, and there are those things that I think that is important for me to tell out to everybody who maybe doesn't live in this country, who lives in other countries, how it is here in Sweden. And that's what I think the video of today is really going to be about. It's not only going to be about the cleaning, because I mean everybody can do cleaning of a fridge, right? But I have followers who from other countries, and I need to tell you, or I feel the need to tell you about those things that I have come to love, I have come to appreciate, I have come to learn, even if not maybe at the very beginning of my years in Sweden. Those as I have lived here, I have come to appreciate and to learn and wish that all countries, and especially where I come from, we could adapt these same things. But I also am aware that Rome was not built in a day, and I'm sure these things will come to us even in Kenya with time. So thank you so much for clicking to join today's video, and let's clean as we chat. And that's why it's important. At the bottom, at the comment section, as you don't forget to give the video a like, leave a comment. Tell me, in the country where you live in, what are those things you've come to appreciate? What are those things you've come to feel like, these are things that probably are taken for granted, but are also very important for humanity, for the citizens, for the people living in that country. Let me know, what are those things that you have come to appreciate and to love as you continue living where you're living. So let's engage and let's continue with today's video. The first and most important thing that I have come to really love and appreciate, and especially since this Iran war and all these conflicts that have been happening, my first point. So listen carefully, listen carefully to this. Okay, bra. Bra. Tack, tack. Hej. What you just heard is an alarm system that is done in the whole of Sweden. It is done by every community in Sweden. The alarm is called Important Message to the People. It's called Important Message to the People. But if you ask the Swedish people or the people who know what it is, it's commonly known as Hesa Fredrik. Why is it called Hesa Fredrik? Because the first time it was tested, it was in the 1931, and the radio presenter then, his name was Oscar Fredrik Ringqvist. He said, or he thought, that the alarm sounded like his voice, a hair's voice, like when you have a cold, the way you sound. That's what he thought that the alarm sounded. Thus the name Hesa Fredrik. That is how it's commonly known, but its real name, its official name is Important Message to the People. Like I said, this is an alarm system in the whole of Sweden. It is tested in 4 months during the year. That is the month of March, the month of June, and the month of September, and the month of December. Every Monday at 3 o'clock. This is done in every community, and as a matter of fact, if you don't hear this alarm in your community, you are supposed to report to the authorities so that it can be investigated. Why the alarm was not tested when it's supposed to be tested. Even if Sweden has not been involved in any war, the last war that Sweden was involved was between Sweden and Norway in 1814. The alarm continues to be tested every first Monday of the 4 months that I mentioned. The last time there was a signal was during 2014, when there was a huge fire in Westerman's land, and that is the last time really the alarm was sounded, when it was serious fire. And if you look back at the signals, I have indicated what every signal signifies, and so because of the fact that it is tested every so often, people get used to these alarms, and you will really get to understand. If something happens, you will know what the alarm signifies. That's why I thought it is important for me to tell you guys that this is something that is done in Sweden. I don't know how it is in other countries, but I think this is a very, very, very important thing, and we should not take it for granted. I surely do not take it for granted. In case, God forbid, there is war, there is fire, or something of an important situation, or a crisis, what are you supposed to do? This is what you're supposed to do. If you hear the first alarm, you're supposed to go inside a house. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're in the center, you go inside the mall. If you're in the house, you go inside the house. If you, whatever, go inside the house. Number 2, you're supposed to close all windows, doors, and any ventilation in case there is the gases. That is alarm number 2. And then of course you're supposed to switch on your radio, because there the radio and the TV will give information, will keep updates on what is going on. And then if you hear, like for example, military aeroplanes or helicopters, then you're supposed to go to safe places. this is the other thing about Sweden. Sweden has located in every community or in every area, there is a safe room for everybody to go and hide or to seek safety. So it is important for you, as where you live, to locate where is the nearest safe place for you, because these are places that are meant for us to go and stay safe when in case of any crisis. And then what are you supposed to really prepare in case of you're going to go to these safe places? You're supposed to listen to the radio, the Swedish radio, the Swedish TV, because that's where all the information will come from. You're supposed to be ready to be away from your home for days. So if you're able to carry warm clothes, if you're able to carry food, you're able to carry water, you're able to carry whatever you can carry to be able to be in these safe places for days. And then of course you're supposed to find that the nearest safe room, and then you're supposed to help and organize when you get there. Help children, help the old people, help people who are not able to walk. If somebody is sick near you, you're supposed to help them to these safe places. And then all the adults, they have the responsibility in helping. It's very common, it's very easy. Just help one another. That's the most important.
Feel to grace, your gifts abound. In every moment you are found. My heart will tell of all your care, your love beyond compare. Your kindness never fails to show. Your love in all my life does grow. My soul will sing of all you do. My praise belongs to you. Harvest of blessings I'll receive. Harvest of blessings, Lord, I see. Your goodness poured so full on me. With thankful heart, I'll raise my song to you. Feel to grace, your gifts abound. In every moment you are found. My heart will tell of all your care, your love beyond compare.
My number two thing that I think is very, very important that should not be taken for granted in Sweden is all women with a cervix are of the age between 23 and 70 are given regularly the screening of their cervix to look for cervix cancer, and these tests are free. And this is a national program. So all communities call women, and this you get a letter home with saying that it's time for you to go for your testing, and this is how it works. The program is its primary focus is to get the human papillomavirus on all women, and because this is a long-borne infection, and it's a type of virus that is caused by cell changes that can lead to cancer. So this is why this is done. So the testing is done by nurses, of course, in hospitals or in recommended private clinics, and every woman, like I said, of the age between 23 and 70 gets a letter to go and get tested. These days in schools for kids who are between 16 and 18, they are given a vaccination. This is new. I think this started about 5 years ago, or I could be wrong, 5 or more years ago. This is started in school where all girls are given this injection. It's voluntary, you're not forced to do it, but it is there for all girls. These days, when it's time for you, for example for me, when it's time for me to go for this testing, they don't call me to go to the clinics. They send me the test kit and instructions of how to do it. So I have actually, it's time for me. I've received my kit and I'm going to do the testing. Comment below if you want me to go through what is in the testing kit in the next video. But it's time for me to do my testing. So it's called a do it yourself at home test, and then you send it to the clinics and they will do the analysis, and then you get the results back in case they have found anything. If you don't hear anything, then you know you're good to go. The analysis they are looking for is that they are looking for this HPV, and if something is found, if they find any irregularity, then they'll call you to go to the clinic and they do more tests. Otherwise, then you're good to go. In case the cancer cells are found, then you obviously start the treatment and you do this in the hospital. How often is the test done? The test is done in these ages. Between the age of 23 and 49 years, you are called every 5 years. So this test is sent to you at home every 5 years. If you are between the age of 50 and 70, the testing is done every 7 years. So like me, in the age group between 50 and 70, so my testing is done every 7 years. And remember, this is voluntary and it is free. So I don't see the reason why anybody should not do it. But it is your choice, you're not being forced. But for me, I take this very, very important because I know how expensive it can be in other countries. And if I'm talking on behalf of the Kenyan, I know how expensive doing these tests are. Women don't have the opportunity to go and have this test done. So for me, and especially because my mother passed on because of the same type of cancer, I take it very seriously, and it's good to know. You know what they say? Information is good to have, because why not? Why not get to know? Because if you get to know what is going on, then there is help to get. So that is my number 2.
Your kindness never fails to show. Your love in all my life does grow. My soul will sing of all you do. My praise belongs to you. Harvest the blessings outer sea. Harvest the blessings, Lord, I see. Your goodness poured so full on me. With thankful heart, I'll raise my song to you. Feel to grace, your gifts abound. In every moment you are found. My heart will tell of all your care, your love beyond compare. Your kindness never fails to show. Your love in all my life does grow. My soul will sing of all you do.
My number 3, very important procedure that happens, and most people could take it for granted, but I don't. I have really been grateful about this one, is the mammography screening. This is the screening that is done to all women to detect breast cancer. The program is done. It's for free, and it is done it's done in a clinic, of course, in the cancer clinic offices, where you're called and you go and you have your breast tested. They have campaigns where women are encouraged to test themselves at home when you're showering. You know how you test, you touch your breast and all, but the screening is there for all women. The target women for this screening in Sweden is between the age of 40 to 74. So these are the people who get are called. You get letters, you're called to go and do the screening. And the screening is done between every 18 to 24 months. It is for free again, and this is a quick x-ray that is done on the breast. Remember, these testings are done in your area. Every community has a breast clinic, a breast clinic x-ray machine. So this is done locally, actually. That is what you should remember. And the statistics say that approximately 80 to 84% of the women go, and 20% do not, which is quite also a high number. Participation in the program is linked to a significant reduction in breast cancer mortality. One study also shows a 41% reduction in the risk of death within 10 years of diagnosis for participants. So those who participate, those who go and get tested, within 10 years, 41% of them get the help, and they get cured of their breast cancer. Regular screening allows for an early diagnosis, of course, and often before the symptoms appear, which can be less intensive treatment. So the earlier the cancer is detected, the earlier you start to get treatment, and the better for you. And thank you to the early detection of the breast cancer. 8 out of 10 people in Sweden survive breast cancer. Isn't that impressive? Isn't that really impressive? I know there is a lot of myths out there, whether to be tested, does it matter, does it not? I think for me, the fact that these tests are there for us to get, and they are for free, is a plus. Whether you want to go, you don't want to go, I think it's a plus that these testings are there for you to go and get tested. So that is my number 3.
For the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom.
My number 4 of this important topic is the fact that everybody in this country, if you're a resident, if you're citizen, if you're working, if you're born here, everybody has a personal number. That is what we call the huduma numbers in Kenya. Everybody gets this number. This number consists of your your year. So if you're born in 1926, and if you're born in September, so it's going to be 09, and then the date, 21st or 2nd, and then there's a dash, and then there is the 4 last digits. The 4 last digits are representative depending on how you came into Sweden, if you are Swedish, if you're born Swedish. So the third number, if you're man, it's going to be an odd number. If you're a woman, it's going to be an even number. And then they have a significance. So even if you're twins, you will have the first 8 digits are going to be the date of birth. Those will be the same, but the last four are unique for every person. The last 4, nobody can ever get the last 4 numbers of the same as somebody else. So that is your identification. So often, even when the police stop you, they ask you for your driving license, or they ask you for your personal number. So that is something that maybe is unique for Sweden. I don't know. In the comment below, tell me, how do other countries, if you live in other countries, how do they work? What is the system looking like? And this number, for example, my personal number, if I'm stopped by the police, they can tell they can tell when I came to Sweden, how I came to Sweden, if I've ever committed any crime, if I'm in any debt. This is the number that will give them any details they ever want. So this is like almost like your name. You don't need your name. This is what identifies with you, and this doesn't change. So once you get this, that is your number for life.
For the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom for the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home.
If there is a country of people who love peace, it is in Sweden. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that people love to keep to themselves, and that means that you know the way you live, like the way I live here in a community, in our apartments. We keep to ourselves. You don't keep going to the neighbors to borrow salt. You go to the neighbors to borrow this. You go to borrow this. No, you meet outside. When you're going outside, you say hi, and that is it. They love peace. They don't like confrontations, and they keep to themselves. And this is because you, very understandably, you can imagine during the winters are cold, it is dark, so you just want to leave your house, get into the bus or into your car, go to work, get into the bus or your car, and come back home. The Swedish people, and especially during winter, they do not want to talk. They keep to themselves. If you're in the bus, you'd find even if you're talking, you're not shouting, you're not screaming, because they love their peace. They don't want to disturb the other person. They want to keep to themselves. And this is something I've come to really, really, really admire and love with the Swedish people. This is part also of disrespect. If you're speaking so loudly in the bus, for example, or in the train, you're disturbing other people's peace. So this is also considered to be disrespectful. If you're going into somebody's compound because here we don't have fences, there are no fences, there are no gates, the houses are just open. If you're just going to walk into somebody's compound and walk, that is very disrespectful. So it's not done. It is not done at all. You will not find people just parking their cars anywhere, because the parking spaces are signed, they are clearly marked where to park. And if you're coming to visit me, I know where my visitors should park their cars. So there's no reason for you to be parking your car just anywhere or blocking somebody, or just because you've come and found a parking that is number 30 and there's no car, you just park your car there. No, there are rules. Those unwritten rules and regulations are very, very important, and it's good to know them because it's a form of respect. The Swedish people find it very, very disrespectful, even when in their spaces.
Is where I'm meant to wait for the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom for the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom for the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom.
If you're getting into the mall, there's a security who is going to check your bag, who is going to say what you're having. No, the malls are open, you go in, you go out, but inside the shop, the clothes have a tag. That is very important for you to know. The clothes have tags for security reasons, and even if there is a guard inside the shop, they're just walking around, really not even disturbing or even talking to anybody. At the airport, for example, at the airport, you just drive inside the airport. If you're escorting somebody, for example, you walk with them to the check-in counter, they will check in, and then you walk with them until where they go through the security. There is nobody to stop you. There are police walking around, there's security people walking around, but you're allowed inside the airport. It's the same thing. We have these big boats that go to other countries. They go to Finland, for example. These boats, there's not really much checkup. They don't check your bags, they don't check your luggages. Inside the boat, there is the security, of course, but there's nobody who is, because people are normally, in most cases, people are normally well behaved. So the cases of fights and things like that are very minimal. So the security here is, yes, it's there, but it is not as common as you'd see it in other places. I give you, for example, even on the road, in the traffic, people are very respectful. You will never hear anybody hooting, and if you hear somebody hooting, somebody has done something, because hooting is noise. It is noise. You're not allowed to just hoot aimlessly. You will find people giving way. You find these margins on the roads are very smooth, because everybody, if we respect everybody, each other on the road, then the faster we get to where we are going. You will never find the police controlling traffic on the roads. Never. The traffic lights are there and they are working. That's their work. The police are there to keep order and to keep peace, not to control traffic. You will rarely find the police in traffic. If you find them, they are going somewhere, or they are coming from somewhere, or there's an accident on the road, that is why they are there. But otherwise, not to control traffic.
For the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom for the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm.
Do you know, in this country, for every child you get child help money? Did you know that? For every child you get, that for every child that is born in this country, the parent is given 1,500 or 1,450 approximately Swedish crown. That's about 15,000 Kenya shilling for every child. So if you get 2 children, you get double that. You get 3 children, you get three children for the 3 children. This is something that you could take for granted, but it's very important. And this money, you could also say that that's not money enough for a child, but it is there, and it is for the child. It's money that is taken for the taxpayers. So everybody who works pays taxes. And let me tell you, when I tell you everybody in this country pays taxes. The only people who don't pay taxes are the royal family, but everybody else, the prime minister, everybody else pays taxes. And the higher you earn, the more taxes you pay. So this money is given to you until the child is about 13 years of age. When the child turns 14, that money goes direct to the child until the child is about 16, 17 years of age. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that so nice? So what you find most parents do, those who you buy the food, you use the money to buy food, you can bank the money for the children, you can use that money to buy clothes, for example, or to pay for the activities. This is money that is for the child. This is money for the child. And if you are a single mother, you can apply for money for right now to get help to pay your rent. You can get extra money because you are alone. This is money that comes from the taxes that we pay. And in this country, we pay a lot of taxes. Tax is so high, but again, you get to see where it's going. The roads are good. The schools are free. Don't pay anything for the schools. When the children go to university, the only thing they buy are books. So everything is taken care of. The medication you had, all this testing, the mammogram, the cervix cancer testing, all these things are free. And these are done using the money that we pay for taxes. So it is important to pay taxes, and you could take it for granted, but I think it's an important thing for a country to look after their people.
Meant to wait for the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom for the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom.
In my 20 years of living in this country, I have seen the country change from a country where we use money, paper money, to almost a cashless country. Before you'd go to the bank, you remove money, you want to put in money, you'd go to the bank and do that. And within time, within the years, I have seen the banks closing, not accepting any cash. The only way you can get cash is through the ATM or through the forex, for example, the forex exchange. Then you can go and get money. But in the banks, you're going to the bank, you're going for other errands, you're buying a house, you want to get, and even like, for example, to apply for a loan, you don't go to the bank. You either call them or you do it on the internet. These days, this country is very, very automated. We are cashless. If you go to the shops, most shops don't accept. Most shops don't accept cash. You either pay through something we call Swish, that is like the M-Pesa in Kenya, or you pay using your card. There is nobody. If you ask most people don't even have cash on them. If you're paying for the bus, for example, you can pay for the bus using your card. You can pay a monthly for the bus, you can do a monthly payment for the bus. You get a card or you have it on your phone. So this literally is a cashless country as of today, and that piece has progressed as the time has gone. Paying bills, for example, you cannot go like before. You could go to the bank, fill in all your accounts or the bills that you want to pay, and you pay through the bank. Today you cannot do that. Today you sit at home on your computer and you pay your bills from there. How are the bills sent to you? They are sent to you through emails, or they're sent to you through there is a bill at home. But if they send you a bill at home, they always earn some amount of money on top, because they consider that is and not very environmental. So they want people to get their bills through the emails, through their banks, because you can easily log into your bank on your computer at home. So that is how we get our bills. And the same way we get our bills, the same way we pay them. You're given the amount, you're given the OCR number and where to pay. And that is how we pay bills. So this country is very, very, very automated. Even like most of the things, for example, if you go, for example, to IKEA, you want to buy something. You order whatever it is you want to order on the internet. When you go to IKEA, you're just going to go and pick. You can still go around and see, but most of the people prefer to get the orders done from the internet, and then they just go and pick. Isn't that beautiful?
For the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom for the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom.
I will end this video here for now. In the comment section, please let me know how it is in the country where you are living. What are those things that probably you've been taking for granted that you realize more and more as you live there? What are those things that are solely unique for your country? What are those things that you have been hoping and wishing that there could be some improvement? What are those things that you have been missing and been wanting to see happen in the country where you live in? Let us know. Let's educate one another. Let's share and compare notes. And for now, I will end my video here by saying thank you so much for watching. Thank you for following along. Thank you for even listening. Thank you for those who come back again and again and again to watch my videos. I don't take you for granted. For the new subscribers, I see you guys, and I am so grateful that this family, we are growing. We are not on the 500 mark yet, but we are not giving up. We are continuing to grow, and because consistency pays, and I believe that we are learning a thing or two from each other on this channel. So karibuni sana. This is Generica, best of two worlds, and give the video a thumbs up. If you've learned a thing or two, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe while you're at it, and also remember to share, because how are we going to grow if you don't share? I appreciate you all. I love you all very much, and for now, till the next video, I will say God bless you, and see you on the next one. Bye.
For the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom for the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom for the rain that falls upon my dusty land, for the calloused work of these old weathered hands, for the warm bread breaking on my supper plate, for the simple peace of finding home is where I'm meant to wait. For the children laughing on the swinging gate, for the friend who calls me even when I'm late, for the songs my mom